the Shelby GT350. Guys, I woke up this morning and just had this need to give you all a nice, probably arguably the best drive that I've ever done on this channel, because well, the downshifts that this car is capable of and the sound that this thing makes is just unlike any car I have ever driven in my life. It is so unbelievably unique, and having the manual transmission and no auto rev match, I mean, this really does feel like a raw car. Rear wheel drive as well, 526 horsepower. Man, I mean, this is the American GT3. So different from what people think a Mustang actually is. Just before we go for a drive, let's hop out real quick and take a look at this spec. So obviously this is my GT350, aftermarket wheels. I just found out today that the previous owner, so he put those on. Those are $5,000 wheels. The tire size in the back is 325s. The more I learn about this car, the more I realize I just got an unbelievably good deal on this car. The R front splitter, I mean, yellow is a bold color. I never saw myself owning a yellow car, but on a GT350, I mean, you just cannot go wrong with a more vibrant special color. I love the subtle touches, the badge, the vent, the big spoiler, massive exhaust tips in the back, and huge Brembo brakes. Oh my gosh. Guys, I recently did a video. By the way, let's just go ahead and get started with the drive right away. Actually, let's start normal mode until we do a pull, which we'll do right up this road right here as usual. I recently did a video comparing the Mustang GT to the Shelby GT350, and watching that back, I realized the one thing I missed was the braking power. Guys, most people think of Mustangs as just like this easily crashable, heavy vehicle, bad brakes. No, this is more like a Porsche than it is an American muscle car. And hey, I love muscle cars, by the way. That is not something to, I wouldn't say a GT is bad at all. It's a phenomenal car in its own way. This is just so different from a GT, or really any Mustang for that matter, even the 500. All right, let's go ahead and do a quick pull. Ready? Oh my gosh. And guys, that's literally like 30% of the braking power that this car is capable of. There is so much personality to this car. If you just want to go slow and listen to the pops, I mean, that is equally as satisfying as really getting on this thing and going as fast as you can. When I think of cars under the $60,000 price range, I mean, you have so many options to choose from. Under $60,000, you could even get a high mileage, not like super high mileage, but a medium to high mileage C7 Corvette Z06. You can easily get a C6 Z06. You could get a Mustang 5.0 GT and put a supercharger on it. Under 60K, there are so many options, but if you have that special touch or itch for a car with a manual transmission, a V8, and particularly a flat plane crank V8, this is one of the only options under $60,000 for you to get. And that combination of things, what in the world, dude? What the heck was that? Anyway, that guy just went in the wrong lane. I don't usually go that crazy. I mean, we'd be flooring it in these videos, but just to end up at a red light, dude, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Hold on, 1 second, sorry. Oh, back over to sport. Downshift. One more downshift. Anyway, as I was saying, there are just not very many options for a car as special as this in that price range. And that is a huge benefit to owning one of these, because these cars hold their value extremely well. And when you think of what a collector's car is, this kind of checks off all of the boxes. Guys, the new GT350 came out pretty recently, and I don't have to say it myself. You guys have probably seen what people are saying about that. The feedback is very negative because it's just like a modified 5.0 Mustang. Not to say that that's a bad car. It's a really, really great car. But what makes the GT350 and a Shelby worthy of this badge is the fact that it has that flat plane crank ultra high revving V8 that has just such a distinct sound. Oh, sometimes the radar can be annoying. But this is one of those cars where if you really want a nice, fast, special sports car, but the money is the issue for you, well, that's actually why I got this car. Because I know for an absolute fact that if I go to sell this thing, when I do, because we're going to keep upgrading cars on this channel, I'm not going to lose money on this car. If I do lose money, it's going to be a couple $1,000s. And so your money is basically just parked. I mean, yeah, you could still call this a depreciating asset, absolutely. It requires maintenance, requires insurance payments, requires all this different stuff. But if you're gonna buy a car, this is one of those that it's more of like a stagnant asset, not a depreciating asset. So being behind the wheel of this car and owning this thing, it just feels all the more better choosing this over most other options. And nothing I have driven makes downshift sounds like this does. Look at that, oh my gosh. That was right there. That was probably the best like 15 seconds I've ever had with this car. Oh my gosh. Holy guys, wow. This is just entirely transformed. I cannot believe the fact that the Shelby GT350 is only like $10,000 to $15,000 more than the Mustang GT. You get just braking power that is twice as good, cornering that is arguably more than twice as good, sound that just will make anybody turn their head and look at what they just heard. Even the acceleration power, guys, it really does feel noticeably faster than a GT. So unbelievably satisfying. Now, I made a whole video comparing the GT350 to the GT. There's actually a couple valid reasons to get a Mustang GT over this car. If you're interested in kind of hearing the differences, if you're shopping for a Mustang and just not sure which one you should get, I'd highly recommend checking that video out, but it's not really a comparison, to be honest. Like, yeah, they're both Mustangs, but the 350 appeals to a very specific type of want, or I should actually say need. Men kind of need this in their life. And guys, check this out. I'm gonna close the exhaust valves and take a listen to how much of a difference that makes. Ready? Absolutely insane. I mean, this thing can go from one of the not the loudest Mustang you've ever heard, but this car is freaking loud in real life, and it goes from that to borderline almost like an electric car. But you know, you're still being powered by a flat plane crank V8, so still gonna put a smile on your face. But my gosh, guys, I know people appreciate the GT350 a lot, but I feel like people don't appreciate it enough. You know, I say that because I'm able to see, obviously, like, look on my channel, you'll see most Corvettes get, you know, crazy amounts of views. People love when I make videos on Corvettes. But this car, not that it's a big deal. I'm not just uploading videos for views, otherwise I'd only do Corvettes. But this car just does not get a whole lot of attention compared to most other cars, which is absolutely beyond me. Because, I mean, this thing, it's just... It produces so much more emotion than 90% of the other cars that we've made videos on this channel. Gosh, as soon as I hit 2,500 RPM, you just need to hear that downshift. You get the best downshift at that range right there. Take a listen. Now, the only problem with this car is a lot of them have oil consumption issues. And it's not like it's the end of the world if you have that. You know, mine consumes around 1 quart every 500 miles if I'm driving it really hard. I can get it to like 1 quart every 1,000 miles if I'm driving really conservatively. By the way, you're not going to be driving this car conservatively. That would actually bring a serious tear to my eye. If any of you own this car and don't use it like this, why would you get this? Oh, we're going to get this trucker a little bit of space here. But that is what makes the 5.0 pretty appealing, because it is just a very proven, reliable car. This is not all that. But I do want to say, if you guys remember me driving the white Shelby GT350 on this channel, that thing had 98,000 miles on it. 98,000 miles on the GT350. So you can definitely find high mileage examples of those. And when you go shopping for one, that's a telltale sign of if a car can last. Just look and see on Auto Tempest or whatever website you use to look at cars. How often do you find that car listed with over 80,000 miles on it? And by the way, the Shelby GT350, although it hasn't been out for, or sorry, the 500, I mean, although that car hasn't been out for a super long time, you just cannot find very many high mileage examples of that. And I've had bad experiences with the GT500. Also made a video comparing those two cars. And again, even though the 500 is so much more expensive than this car, this still scratches an itch that the 500 does not. And if I own the GT500, well, you can't get it in manual. It doesn't sound the way this does. It doesn't rev up to over 8,000 RPM. You'd still kind of crave this car. And that is what is so amazing about this. If only this engine was as reliable as the 5.0, I mean, I truly believe this car would be selling for $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. And I would not be surprised if pretty soon it does start selling for that. Because with the way the whole car industry is going, this thing is just so special. A serious collector's item to be soon. Did that make any sense? To be soon, a collector's item, if you will. But you don't want this sitting in the garage. You want to drive it the way that we just did. Appreciate you guys for watching. Phenomenal car. Oh my gosh. Every morning I wake up and I don't want to go to work. I just want to drive this thing. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. If you have any questions about owning this thing, drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think about the way this thing sounds. And if you want to see any other videos with this car, happy to make them. Love y'all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.